Felipe Palhares, a longtime friend. We've been friends for probably about 25 years. Your family, they were my sponsors back when I was a kid. Yeah, they ran the Orgel construction rental company, right? Kind of similar to United Rentals for like construction sites and things like that, right? And you're an entrepreneur. Your family's they're all a bunch of entrepreneurs and business people, and you have your law firm Mandatum, right? And corporate business law, merger and acquisitions, all kinds of business and tax, everything, right? Pretty much all in one place for people to do everything right, so they can grow their business and do their best, right?
Yeah.
And
So,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
yeah. So, first of all, very nice to hear you from you. So, it's I'm so glad to be with you in this talk show, and I'm very happy to do this with you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming. I always love talking to you. I always learn a lot. So I think it would be, just interesting to pick your brain, talk about, jujitsu and of course all the business and law things. It's a interesting perspective, that at least for me, is interesting, because we want to do everything right in business, right? So if things can grow, right, and we can do the things the right way. My grandfather was an attorney, and he would always say the difference between the people that have and the people that don't are the ones that the people that have, right, they follow the law, right, or everything can be taken away. And that's something
Yeah.
I never forgot. So yeah, I want to for sure like get the tax things right and the law things. So very
Yes, I
important
think it's
pieces
yeah.
for business.
The rules of the country. It's very important
Mm.
for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So if when you was born, you must understand your life will be guidance for the rules of the law and
Mm-hmm.
laws of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So we must understand what the boundaries of what we can do and what we cannot do. So it's
Mm-hmm.
most, I think, one most of the important thoughts um, nowadays to to grow it's very important issue. We discussed about law,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very important to, to grow your company with company relation, corporate relations, TACFIT, Jiu-Jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very important. And so
Yeah, you've been helping
that's
me
my
with
job.
TACFIT law, uh, trademark things in Brazil. It's been quite the
Yes.
adventure. So you're always my advisor. Luckily, I have that, because of our friendship, our longtime friendship. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
thank you very much for trust in our company, and we want to help you to grow TechFit in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing,
Mm.
amazing things you have done. You open a TechFit in Brazil, so we are very excited to do TechFit in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I love Brazil, obviously, and I would love more than anything to see TACFIT grow in Brazil. It's very important for me as well. And I think a lot of people can, well, everywhere, all over the world, right? But especially because Brazil is so dear to me, I'd love to see TACFIT grow in Brazil. So thank you for helping us. Thank you for being a part.
Yeah, I think TechFit will grow very fast in Brazil because Brazilian people, I think, love exercising like a CrossFit, Jiu-Jitsu, and
Mm,
Capoeira.
mm.
Also, I want so
Could you repeat that again?
uh,
The
because
connection
sometimes you are
the connection went bad, I think.
okay. I will repeat. So I think it's the exercise or practice. Tech, I think it's very important because we cannot hurt ourselves
Right.
like we usually do in jiu-jitsu,
Right.
box, like capoeira,
Right.
and you work your mind
Mm-hmm.
as well. So I think it's great for our body, our mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing technique.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know, brain, body connection, but it's all one, right? So yeah, I'm really excited to see it grow in Brazil. So thank you again. Yeah. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, right? How did your family, so your brother, first time actually I saw your brother, I met your brother first. He got I think the silver at the 96 Pan Americans. And it was, it's like 7 matches, right, to do that. And I remember seeing he had like a patch from your family's company on his gi, and yeah, he was just tapping people out, that day. And it was like such a long time ago. It feels like 10 lifetimes ago,
Yeah, I
But I
remember.
remember he was a beast, and I was just coming up, and I was like, who is this guy, And then I
Yeah,
ended up moving to Brazil, and of course, I moved to Belo Horizonte, and we met there.
yeah.
How did your family get into jiu-jitsu? What was the beginning? Um,
Okay. So, a long time ago, um, my life and my family life, from my father, we love fighting.
mm,
We love like a sports with fighting thoughts like karate, kung
mm,
fu, capoeira.
mm,
So I start practicing everything capoeira, kung fu, and I was exchange student in Japan
mm.
since
Oh, okay.
1994 to 1995. So I practiced some judo there.
Mm,
When I came back to Brazil, my brother, my old brother
mm,
Rodrigo,
mm,
was practicing jiu-jitsu in Belo Horizonte. I think
mm,
it's one of the most starts like I think maybe one or three people, one, two, three people are practicing
mm,
jiu-jitsu in that time. And my brother, my old brother, is starts like he practicing jiu-jitsu and call me and Felipe, you must see what we are doing with this this martial arts from Brazil. Jiu-jitsu is nowadays. I think it's the huge things we must do, and and he invited me to practice.
because
And
yeah, go ahead and finish your thought.
and that time there's no Gracie
Gracie,
Jiu-Jitsu
that's it.
in Belo Horizonte,
Right.
in our town in Belo
Mm-hmm.
Horizonte City. There's no Gracie. And first Gracie came to Brazil, to Belo Horizonte, and it's a Carson Gracie
Carlson
team.
Gracie. Mm-hmm.
As you know, Alexander was. Uh, we are we are practicing jiu-jitsu in his house.
In his house.
In,
Wow.
in his house, so Porquinho opened his house for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we started practicing jiu-jitsu with Carson Grace team.
Wow. Wow. So that
And
was the real
yes,
beginning, huh, of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Belo
yeah,
Horizonte.
yes, yes,
Wow.
and
That's
it's a
amazing history.
yes, it's a long time ago. And then Carson Gracie come back to Rio de Janeiro, and Dracolino came to Belo Horizonte. And everybody was at that time was training with Carson Grace came to Dracolin team.
Right.
So it's
That was years later though, right? That was years later because the beginning, man, it's amazing, right? Like
yes,
how big, the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. They had the Mineiro Jiu-Jitsu, right? I'm here with Professor, we call him Professor X.
What's up, Felipe?
Alexandre,
Man,
came in.
I want to remember one thing when we start with Rui Menezes and Vitor Belfort.
Yeah,
Victor
I don't know
Belfort,
if you
wow.
remember, but Vitor Belfort was blue belt teaching.
Wow.
Blue belt.
Yeah, he was blue belt. Rui
Blue belt.
Menezes too, kind of blue belt. And they were teaching
Yes, I
Telmil's
remember.
house. It's so funny
Yeah.
because that time Vitor Belfort was young and he was such a without patience to teach.
Patience.
Yeah, patience to teach.
Yeah.
It's so funny because he was
And he's from
You
he's
are-
from that from Belo Horizonte, right?
yeah, Belo Horizonte.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Amazing, wow.
It's funny. He
His
was
father, yeah.
yeah.
But
It's
then
very nice.
they recruited him to Rio, huh? After that, after he started
Yeah,
training with them.
so Dracolino comes to Belo Horizonte, and my brother, my old brother,
Mm.
went to the gym at the time and say, Dracolino, you must change the place, the gym. And the Rio Sports Center was the biggest gym in Belo Horizonte City. And my brother spoke with the manager to bring the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu to the gym, change Carson Grace to Dracolino at the time. And Dracolino moved this academy to Versa, was another academy, to
Right.
Gracie Barra and Rio Sports Center.
No way, because I was
Stayed there,
Mhm.
stayed there like 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I trained at Versa, on Nossa Senhora,
Yes,
a tiny little place. But Rui Menezes, I thought he was he thought I thought the Carlson Gracie weren't they teaching at Rio Sports Center before that? No.
Long time ago. He went to now. I think he's in China.
Right.
Menezes
But
is
he
in
was
China.
he teaching at the Rio Sports Center before Draculino?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. Ah,
He
okay.
was
I
teaching my
understand.
house.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
You know?
in the
He started
house.
started
Before
training,
everything, Rui Menezes was in my house. We started in my house with Rui Menezes.
and then from there he
This
went to
crew,
Rio
yeah.
Sports Center.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that time.
Wow.
Yes.
And then you guys start to grow.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
saw
it.
your brother in at the Pans in Los Angeles.
Yes.
This is back in
But in Los
1996. 1996, Philippe.
1996. And then
1996.
at that time, my brother was a Carson Grace team.
Right.
Blue belt, I
Right.
think. Purple
Right.
or blue, I don't
Blue. He was
remember.
blue for sure.
Blue, yes,
Yeah.
blue. And
Your brother
he
was
he won. He won at the time, and it was very exciting. Yes, it's very very fun. And we have a tape recording for his fights. It's very very fun.
Yeah. No, I remember he was smashing everybody. He was tapping everybody out like brutally, And
Yeah,
I have a big because I was watching all the matches
He was
because I
the
think I
king
lost
of
my
Armlock.
I think I saw I lost my second match at the time, and then so I watched my division and he was in my division, and he was
he was in your division.
lightweight division, blue belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
So what were you saying, Professor? Professor
No,
X.
Rodrigo Palhares, Vulgo Rod, he was the king of Armlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really good at arm
Yeah.
bars.
Back of the day. Nice.
Yeah, I remember that. Just good basics, good basics.
Yes.
But that was the beginning, right, of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Belo Horizonte, and then Draculino moved there
Yeah.
a little bit after that. That's an amazing story,
Yeah.
And then your brother talked to the Rio Sports Center and maybe put everybody together, and then Draculino moved to Rio Sports Center, where I stayed most of the time at training when I moved to Belo Horizonte. Right, you stayed there, right? That's where we became really close friends, when I trained at the Rio Sports Center.
Yes. His Sports Center, I think it's we train a lot there.
Yeah.
We make some very important fighters in Belo Horizonte,
For
Brazil,
sure.
in the world.
For sure.
Came from GB, from Belo Horizonte, and the Sports Center.
Yeah, for sure. It was like the nicest gym at the time in Belo Horizonte too. I remember that it had like the
Yeah.
outdoor pool kind of
the
semi outdoor pool, and it was like the who's who was there. So it was a really cool time, really Really nice time. Good
Yeah.
memories, there.
Yes.
Top guys. I mean, when I decided to move
Yes.
to Belo Horizonte when Jacqueline was still at Versa,
Yes. I
and
remember
it was
you.
only
You.
white belts and blue belts, but I
Yeah.
loved the environment. I loved the culture. I loved how everybody was just training so hard. So it was
I,
yeah, I felt like it was
I
the good place
remember.
for me.
Yes, I remember when you arrived in Belo Horizonte, and I remember you were training every day. You would take a flu and go to the gym.
Take the flu. Yeah,
Yeah.
sick. I had pink eye one time, like conjunctivitis. There's a
Yeah, I remember.
how do you say convention?
Conjuntivite.
And
Conjunctivitis.
everybody take from you conjunctivitis
Yeah.
from.
No, I tried to go in one day and I tried to put an eye patch on because I wanted to train so bad and they kicked me off the mat. They're like, get out of here. And I remember
Yeah.
I was so focused that I registered for a tournament that weekend, and
Yes, and we drive for many championships in Brazil.
yeah,
It's amazing,
yeah.
amazing time.
Used to take me to your fazenda, your farm,
Yeah, my second house.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
my farm.
your farm, your country home.
Very nice. Yes,
Yeah,
very very nice
you guys
time.
treated me like family for sure.
Yeah,
What's that?
like nowadays,
Yeah,
we're family,
yeah,
still
for
family.
sure. I'm waiting for your arrival here in Los Angeles.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So
Let's figure out this COVID, like a coronavirus. It's virus.
yeah,
It's we cannot imagine what these guys from China can do with us. It's amazing. We are stay at our home,
oh my God.
and I'm work with like it's only from internet 100% of the time with meetings with my clients from Zoom,
Zoom.
Hangout,
Yeah,
Team, Microsoft work with. I think it's new times. We
yeah,
are living a new times
yeah,
for us. But we are working.
yeah,
Let's do it. We
yeah,
cannot stop.
yeah.
We can never stop.
The courts here in at least in Los Angeles, the courts are closed here. Are the courts closed in Brazil?
Yes, all courts closed.
Mm.
We are like we are doing like discussing with the client. It's supplier. So we are trying to help our clients
Mm.
negotiating agreements,
Mm.
negotiate. So we call every day. We call to suppliers. We
Mm.
call to the. We have a boarding meetings.
Mm.
We have like urgency, like a board with the most important issues from the company, the cash flow. We are
Mm.
looking for the cash flows of the company,
Mm.
the labor law, so we can
Could you repeat that again? It broke up the phone.
because it's very very aggressive in Brazil. But I think the economic
The labor
law,
laws are very aggressive in Brazil. Is that what you said?
yeah, it's
Mm.
very aggressive, very
Mm.
very expensive tax
Mm.
law. So the tax in Brazil is very high.
Mm.
But the most, I think the most problem, I think will will be the economic disaster, economic
Mhm.
crisis,
Mm.
What
because everybody stay at home and nobody is working, so it's a great mess.
Mhm.
Yeah, Felipe, that's the point. What do you think about this lockdown? You think should be horizontal or vertical?
I think we are stopping like 1 2 weeks. And okay, 1 2 3 weeks, 1 month, but no more than this. If you are healthy,
Mm.
if you're young, so you must go to your company to work. So you
Mm.
cannot stay at home indefinitely. Like um, we never know when we'll uh, open, like open. The lockdown is over. So it's
Mhm.
very difficult situation for the company because Many companies, the clients are not paying his bills because
Right.
they don't receive, they don't pay,
Right.
so it's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we are stopping 1 2 weeks, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but gradually we must go for our normal lives because the life was not stopping. So
Mm-hmm.
we must come back to work. We must open like step by step, but we must open. We cannot stay at home indefinitely, like with our families without work because we have to bills to pay
Mm-hmm.
and the companies also. And I think the most important issue is when you open a company, like you open a TACFIT in Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
you want this company to grow, to survive a long term. You want to stay with the company forever.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do like this lockdown in Brazil, you are like counting like it's a decrease process of the company. We are killing these companies.
Yeah,
We are
for
killing these
sure.
companies.
For sure.
So I think more than 106,000 companies shut down,
Mm. Shut down like
close.
forever. They're
Yes,
gonna
close.
close.
Like yes, they're gonna close because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have money to reopen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the big issue we have. And we are
Re- hold
not
on. Repeat again.
The sign.
we are not Americans. We
Mm-hmm.
are not American. We
Right.
have no money like America.
Mm.
We have no money like Italy.
Right.
So for us, it's very difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have money to
Third world.
one,
Yeah.
2, 3 months, but at the end of the day, we must reopen our business, our normal life. And if you see the like if you see the numbers in Brazil, if you see the death numbers in Brazil,
Mm.
I think car accidents kill more than coronavirus in Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, we have we have there's hospitals right all over and not hospitals. We have people that work in hospitals and a lot of few different places that that train at the gym or that associated with the gym. And we've been we talk, and they said they got rid of a lot of room, people, maybe sick people or people that needed help to make room for the COVID-19 patients. But now nobody's at the hospital, you know.
Yes,
So
yes,
the hospitals
yes,
are
for
empty,
sure.
you know, for
Very
f-
empty, very
for
empty.
what, I don't know. So I'm I don't know, like the situation in New York, I can't say, but it's an interesting time, I don't know what to believe, because of all the fake news and yeah, some people say this, some people say that, but I definitely want to keep my eyes open, to see the truth, right? Because something is not right, with the situation, because why would you shut down everything, you know, for
Yes,
something maybe, okay, Ebola, right? Ebola is, it's scary, right? So something
yeah.
like that, like, okay,
H
but
one H1N1 kill more than coronavirus.
yeah, and so it's like I don't know, it's an interesting situation, for sure. Yeah, I don't know, something
And we
doesn't feel
must
right.
believe in statistics.
It's a
We must believe in statistics
yeah, numbers, right?
because yeah, numbers. You must see
Mm-hmm.
the numbers. I think okay. Let's protect our old people, of
Mm-hmm.
course.
For sure.
Let's protect this risk people.
Mm.
Let's protect this people.
Mm.
But the young people must go back to the work. So
Mm-hmm.
we must work. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot stay forever. We cannot stay forever in our home
Mm-hmm.
without money, without working.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think the huge mistake will be if we stay forever at our home 1 3 4 months
Yeah.
and when you come and when like this lockdown over we have no place to go because everybody will we have no more jobs, no more. I think no more work. So I think it's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
I think there is a war. There is a war between
Yeah,
left and right
maybe.
side on the world, you know, because such a bunch of fake news, just like this kind of news report in Brazil reporting a bunch of bullshit.
But you know what?
Yeah. Who
And
You
knows?
know what?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
and because, for example, the news in Brazil, like Rede Globo, they were supporting by the left side government,
Right.
you know.
Socialist. Yeah.
Then you start to see a bunch of wrong things. Just
They
like
want pull out the example they want pull out the Brazilian president, and they want pull out American president also. So that's a fighting in the United States also. New York, I think in New York
in all the world,
and in San Francisco, they are fighting against the president. That's why I think that they have a lot of people dying. So it's not a good advertise for the government. So they are fighting. They are not. I think they are not. They are not really thinking about the people lives. They are thinking about just money. What you can do, what you can make with this mess. So they try like politicians in Brazil. You know, I think.
Did you see that? Did you see the interview with David Icke? He's like a kind of a conspiracy theory guy. His name is David Icke. He's like a British kind of conspiracy theorist person. And he was on London Real, and we got Brian Rose show, and they did like a 2.5 hour show. Yeah, David Icke, Icke, you know, and they spoke about like everything, you know, like the COVID-19, like you know, like it's not. I'd say it's not real, but
I think in the end of the
it's to change. It's to change the world, you know, a new world order, and you know, so to get rid of, you know, just to control everybody, right? And I mean, we are in transition because of artificial intelligence and these things, you know. But I don't know, like, and to kind of speed that up, I guess. Anyway,
I'm thinking, I'm a Christian and I believe in Jesus. I'm thinking about when we are in our house, we can thinking about our life, what the matter or what is the most important thing in our lives. Is our job, is our family, it's our mind, peacefulness, stress. So I think when we are in this time in quarantine, we can thinking about ourselves, what really matter, what really matter in our lives. I think it's the most important issue we are front of us, and we are start to question this world. And some people have $1 trillion, some people have nothing to eat. It's a very big questions we must do to human beings growth. We must grow like human beings. And some people have $1 trillion and some people have nothing to eat. I think it's the huge mistake from human beings, and we must fix this.
Yeah.
And now when we see China, I think that the most dangerous thought, I think will be the Americans fighting against China or Europe, like every country who suffer with COVID, with coronavirus, I think will in the future charge this bill from China.
Yeah.
I think we'll charge from China these disasters.
Yeah.
This disease, man.
Yeah. I don't know what to believe, you know. I don't know what to think, you know. Just gonna do what I can do. Right now, continue to work with whatever I can do, and try to protect my mind.
Situation,
and try to protect my mind.
That's why we need yes, I think that's why we need the TACFIT, because we can
Yeah.
training
Yeah.
in ourselves in our houses. We don't need like a huge space for training TACFIT in our house. We
Yeah.
can do I think we can learn and take lessons from the web. Yeah, I think it's amazing um, exercising for our mind, for our body,
Mm-hmm. For sure. For
and
sure. Yeah.
we must change our minds from many things,
Yeah. The
because
world's
we
gonna
are
change after
very,
this for sure. Just with
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
going
for sure.
online. We were already too much on our phones and on the computers, but now I hear it's like we're up even more, right? Like, I mean, like 80%
Yeah,
more, they
and
say.
now we see how fragile we are.
Mm.
Like we see, if you have money, you take this disease, coronavirus.
Mm.
It doesn't matter if you have or no money. If you are poor, if you have disease, the virus doesn't matter if you have or no money.
Right.
So they it's very dangerous for everybody. So we must thinking what really matter in our lives.
Mm. How's the situation in Brazil with the corona, the
So
hospitals
the
and
situations,
the things
I
like
think,
that?
in Belo Horizonte we have, I think maybe 12 deaths,
Mm.
but the hours hospitals is very empty.
Mm.
Nobody in these hospitals in
Mm.
Brazil, in Belo
Mm.
Horizonte City.
Mm.
And São Paulo also, but
Mm.
São Paulo, I think, is a huge company, a huge city in Brazil, so
Mm.
there has many the problems there.
Mm.
I will open right now, just a second. I will open right now, and I will show you the numbers from Brazil. At the Bing, this Brazil, I'll show right now. But you know what? Our advertising companies in Brazil, they are making money like speaking about oh 24 hours a day when you when you go to the television,
Mm.
you see the programs 24 hours speaking about
Coronavirus.
coronavirus. Yeah,
Yeah.
coronavirus.
Like
So
here. Like
now
here.
we have it. Yeah, no, I think it's like a show.
Mm-hmm.
It's health to
It's
avoid the news. You know what I'm saying?
Healthy to avoid the
It's
news. Yeah.
health, man.
For
It's
we
sure.
health.
have we have okay. So we have 20,154 cases in Brazil, and we have 1,000 deaths in Brazil.
Mm.
But the most problem, I think, the most important problem in Brazil, we no, we don't test anyone. That's
Mm-hmm.
the problem.
Yeah.
We don't know the really numbers,
Yeah, for sure.
the real numbers. We don't know. We
Mm-hmm.
don't know
Mm-hmm.
the real numbers. But if you go to this website
Mm.
bing.com.covid,
Mm.
you put like you put the Brazilian name,
Mm.
so Brazil. If I put Minas Gerais, let me see. And we have in Minas Gerais, our state,
Mm.
198 cases, like
Yeah, but
100,
it's the same.
198
It's the same thing here. We
cases
we weren't
and
testing. We weren't testing, and then
70
go ahead.
and 17 deaths
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We weren't testing, and so they're saying
today.
that the cases doubled in a day on the news, but we weren't testing before, so of course they're gonna double in a day. So it's it's just a lot of information that can be made up, a lot of information that maybe it's not. I mean, it's the play with words, right? Play of information. So to cause fear, to cause people to think a certain way, it's craziness. Like for example, I went to this
Yeah.
place. It's like a health place this last week, and they have the COVID-19 like blood test to see if you've had it before. They test you for the antibodies basically if you've had it before, and they said 1/3 of the people that have gone in there, they've tested positive that they've had it before for COVID-19. And so
Really?
it's interesting, right? And so it's like
Yes.
upper middle class and wealthy people can afford this place, you know. The test is like $250 or $200, something like that. But they said a third of the people that have gone in there have tested positive, and they said they had a little cough. Some people, you know, got sick, you know. And
And how much?
and
And
it
how many?
starting in December, but it wasn't a it
And
wasn't
how
a
many deaths?
none. Everybody recovered. Everybody
None.
recovered.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Sounds great.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. You know, people I'm talking to like firsthand, and they tell me the information. I'm like, okay, you know, I talked to the person there, and they have friends in New York, and they said that, you know, a lot of their doctor friends have gotten it, and they're at home sick, and you know they've contracted it. And then I have friends in Washington State, you know, the Seattle area, and they said they've had friends that have contracted it, but it seems like, you know, everybody kind of recovers. Of course, you know, people from the flu, they die every year, right? Especially people that are, you know, like their
Yes.
health isn't so
Yes.
good, you know.
Of course.
But we don't shut down like the entire world because the flu, right? And
Yes. Of course.
this is a type of flu. This is
Yes.
a type of
Yes.
flu.
Of
So
course.
like, why are we shutting down the whole world for this? You know, why are we, you know,
Yeah.
causing massive fear and you know, people to be in this state, this unhealthy state, right? It's kind of, I don't know. It's interesting. Something doesn't feel right with the situation. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm complaining, I guess, you know. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm just gonna do what I can do, right? And but we'll see. I guess hopefully the truth will come out. You know. And it was interesting because that
Yeah.
David Icke episode, you know, like YouTube tried to block it, and there's some censorship. It seems like things going on with that, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting time, you know. It's an interesting time to see things happening, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll
Yes.
see.
Yeah. And that I think that we are developing many problems in our homes, in our mind, because
Mm,
sometimes we go to work out every day,
mm,
and without we go to gym, and now we can't. We just stay at home. So
mm-hmm.
it's a very difficult situation
Yeah.
because we have developed some mind issues,
Mm,
mind problems, mind issues. So I think it's a more problems than COVID
yeah. Yeah.
19.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
we have a jiu-jitsu. So how we training jiu-jitsu,
Right.
like contact with the people.
Right.
How can we do this? I
Yeah.
think how it's different. People are like afraid to go to a show, to workshop,
Right.
to go
Right.
to work as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it changes. I think it's like a paradigm, eh?
Paradigm. Yeah.
So like
Paradigm
yeah,
shift. Different a shift of mindset.
yes,
A way of thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
paradigm. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very difficult situation for us, but we can't stay alive. We
That's
must
it.
stay
That's
alive.
it.
We
That's
must
it. That's it.
continue our life.
Yeah.
We must continue work. We must continue fight, and we cannot like lay down. We must wake up for the situations and fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather be dead than live on my knees, you know? You know? Really, you know?
Yeah, I believe. I be,
I don't want to live in fear. You know, I want to keep my eyes open and try to listen. Not too much, you know. If things get me down, I'm not gonna listen to it. You know, I'm just gonna block it out. I'd
yeah,
prefer to be not in the know than to have things, you know,
yes,
bring me down, bring my
yeah,
energy level down. You know, and I'm just gonna try to do
yes,
positive
of
things. You
course.
know, positive things for myself and my
Yes,
family and my friends and my community. You know, to stay healthy and to stay
yes, and
strong.
we have we have to we have to do like thinking in good things.
Yeah, that's it.
Now we must wake up in the morning and thinking about good things in
Yeah,
our
that's
lives.
it.
Because when you put like a television,
Mm,
all 100% of the time it's the
mm.
problems, problems,
For
problems,
sure, for
problems.
sure.
So
For sure.
We must do like most optimistic things in our life right now, in work, and continuous our life, and thinking about the future, the good future.
Mhm.
And I believe in God, my friend. I believe
Yeah.
in God,
That's it.
I
and I
believe
believe
too.
we have
I
like a
believe too.
time to.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I
we
believe.
this time is we're thinking about our mind, our family, what we are doing with the poor people. So we must thinking about uh, how we live, né? How the way of living of the human
Yeah.
beings. You
Yeah.
must thinking about many things.
Like
Yeah.
like Dr. Joe Dispenza say your thoughts connect with your emotions. That's it, Alberto. And your
Yeah.
emotion connect with your reality.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You
it.
know,
That's it.
your reality in the quantum field.
Hmm.
That's it.
The unified field, he calls it.
That's when you got the leap of faith.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Man, speaking of, let's change the. Speaking of mindset, and let's switch gears. You guys have, your family, like martial artists, fighting. You've always stayed close to jujitsu. I mean, you've always been like working hard. Going to law school, studying. Working. For with your dad, with your, doing your own thing. Um, and you've always stayed with jujitsu. What has jujitsu done for you in your life? Because you're super successful. You have a big law firm, international law firm, right? All over Brazil with doing mergers and acquisitions and everything else, right? That goes along with that, taxes and just everything. So what has jujitsu done for you in for your work
Uh,
today and age?
okay, I think the most important thing from jiu-jitsu is keep me in balance
Mm.
because our day is very stressful. When we
Mm.
do jiu-jitsu, you can peaceful your mind. You can do like you can balance.
Mm.
You can stay in balance.
Mm.
You can live like you can live more light. How I
Mm.
say more relaxing. You
Live a better
can
life.
fight the problems.
Live a better
Yeah, have
life.
a
Quality
better
of
life.
life. Mm.
Yes, you have a better life. You can um, understand each other when you do jiu-jitsu. You can
Mm.
grow like human beings. You can
Mm.
thinking about the future when you fight people and at the end you are friends.
Mm.
It's a very nice thoughts from jiu-jitsu.
Mm.
Jiu-jitsu, I learned from jiu-jitsu many things, and I use in my work. Like when you have like a tough situation, you just relax, thinking about, and then you can put your mind in order and take the right decisions. I
Mm.
think the most important thing is you not being panic because when you start doing jiu-jitsu, if you start like doing like in panic, we stay in panic, we will lose.
Mm.
Certainly, you will lose. So
Mm.
we can control ourselves, and we can turn around and win the fight.
Mm.
So I think it's very important things I learned from jiu-jitsu. It's to keep balance, peace, relax, and fight. And at the end, be a friend.
Mm.
So we still friends. We still continuous friend with the guys you fight. So it's our work every day.
Mm.
We kill a lion every day.
Yeah.
But for kill this lion, you must like thinking optimistic,
Mm.
relax, patient. You
Mm.
must patient. You have levels.
Mm.
You have white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, and black belt. So
Mm.
these levels, we work a lot.
Mm.
We learn a lot,
Mm.
and we work with this every day for
Mm.
our lives.
Mm.
It's very nice for my life, and it's it's a
Gift.
very nice sport.
Mm.
Man, I used to say that I discover jiu-jitsu again, you know. uh, because I was so stuck back of the days, when I came to Los Angeles and start to do jiu-jitsu again, start to practice more in the TACFIT mindset. I start to recover all my joints, all my stuff, because back then I was so, how can I say, I was so hurt,
Yeah.
so hurt. So, and then I used to say, I rediscovered jiu-jitsu again. Jiu-jitsu amazing, once you start to practice in the
Of
right way.
course.
Once you start to
Of
practice in the
course,
right
my
way,
friend.
man.
When did you
You heal-
when
Of
didn't
course.
You start to
Yeah.
heal yourself in all
You
aspects, mind,
you have
physique, everything.
you have the best teachers. You one you have one of the most best teachers, jiu-jitsu teachers. Albert Crane, my friend. That's why.
Yeah, that's it.
It's crazy. I live in Los Angeles now, right, Philippe? Because
Yes.
Alexandre, we came to a Hickson Gracie tournament 20 years ago. He was staying with me in Santa Fe, New Mexico, right? And we came
I remember,
do
yeah.
a compete in a tournament, a Hickson Gracie tournament. And the night before, Alexandre, um pouquinho. Yeah. The night before the tournament, he's like, "Let's go out. Let's go have a beer." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was always very focused, very straight.
Playing guitar and drink beer. Playing
Like
guitar
what?
and
Man,
drink
What are you
beer.
talking about?
I told him, I bugged him, bro, let's go out, man, a little bit, man. I'm in Los Angeles.
For like 4 hours.
I never been here, man. Please, man. I don't want to be in the room of the hotel. Oh my God, let's go out a little bit. No, tomorrow we have tournament. No, man, just a little bit, man. Let's go.
So
This day.
so we went for
Just a little bit. Just 5 hours. 5 hours. Just 5 hours.
right, yeah. I was disciplined.
All night long. Let's
Right.
stay all night long to relax.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Let's
went
stay
for a
all
little
night
bit,
long to
a little
relax.
bit, and then I, met my wife, and that's why we're all here now today. It's crazy
Yeah, in this day.
because
he
of
met his wife.
different. I could have, done what I always did, but I went a different way, and things kind of changed all completely because of that moment. So it's so interesting, right? That one small change in how we do things.
Yes.
So even this
It's,
situation now, it's a big
good.
situation, right, worldwide. But for sure, it's gonna have ramifications that we can't even probably imagine. Just kind of keep going back
Yes.
to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I have one quote. I love this quote.
Mm.
And when they invite me or to do like a speech, or sometimes I always use this quote.
Mm.
This quote is from James C. Collins, Jim Collins.
Jim Collins.
This is a huge guy, Jim Collins, a very, very important guy, the corporate business, the corporate world.
Mm.
This guy is very important. From Jim Collins, is a teacher. And he
Jim
said,
Jim JIM.
J- James C. Collins.
James
JM.
C. Collins.
Yes, James C. Collins.
Mhm.
All the times, and I bring this quote with me. This quote says, "We are not imprisoned by the circumstances, setbacks, mistakes, or staggering
Mhm.
defeats. We
Staggering
are
defeats.
freed by our choices."
But-
So we are not imprisoned again. We are not imprisoned by circumstances, setbacks, mistakes, or staggering defeats. We are freed by our choices.
Thoughts. By our thoughts. We're freed by our thoughts.
Yes,
That's it.
we cannot stop our lives thinking about the present,
Mm-hmm.
about the problems.
Mhm.
We are free from our choices.
Mm-hmm.
So we have many choices to go out,
Mm-hmm.
and to be better person with this, at the end of this COVID-19.
Mhm.
So I always thinking about that. We can think optimistic in our lives.
Yeah.
Always.
Well said. I think that's a good place to to stop. I wanted to just acknowledge, like you and your family, like I said it earlier a little bit, but I always hold you guys dear in my heart. I mean, you always took me in, and we always took me around, to your farms and out into the country, and really kind of show me the minero, like hospitality, firsthand. And so you and
Pão de
Alexandre,
queijo.
pão de queijo, feijoada, you guys really,
Açaí, açaí.
yeah, you guys really showed me, you and Alexandre's family really, you're always very dear to my heart, because you guys really take care of me. You guys really brought me in, and so I always appreciate that, and I'll never forget you guys, and not saying like it's a goodbye, but I look forward to seeing you again once this whole thing passes,
Yes.
and visiting in Brazil, but hopefully here in Los Angeles sooner than later.
Of course.
TACFIT
Let's do it a
Academy
huge
in Brazil soon.
barbecue.
Yeah, let's do the TACFIT help with the TACFIT growth. TACFIT academies in Brazil, Belo Horizonte. I hope to see that. That way I can see my friends and grow this amazing system, right? That has changed my life. It's given me my life back, because of some of the issues that I've had in the past. From injuries and
Me too.
yeah, and Professor Alexandre as well. So everybody really, right? Everybody that trains it, they feel it, and it's not a gimmick. It's not some marketing thing. It's like it's a real life changing system. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing that grow in your hometown. So thank you, my
Sounds
friend.
great, my friend.
And
Great times.
yeah, how can people find your company? What is the or find?
We can do a like web. You can
Mhm.
research in web and Instagram.
Mm.
It's Mandatum Consulting.
Mhm.
Mandatum is Mandatum. Mandatum.
Mhm.
Mandatum Consulting. Yes, Mandatum Consulting. And my family business, it's like Orgel.
Mhm.
Orgel rental. We rental machine for construction.
Mm.
It's Orguel.
Mhm.
Orgel.
Orgel.
So if you need anything from Brazil, so contact on us. Okay, just feel free to call me anytime. If you need something from corporate law, business law, open your business, sell your business.
Mm.
If you have like a company in the United States, you want to buy a company in Brazil, just call me, and we are fixing everything to do like easy way. You know the rules, the laws. I think it's the best way to you grow in a company in another overseas. It's abroad. It's to have a good lawyer with you.
Mhm. 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 Yeah, for sure.
So you can count on.
Great. In Brazil, you guys are the for sure. Your group is the one, without a doubt.
Thank you
I
very
know where to
much, my
go.
friend. I appreciate our time. Thank you to invite me for this talk show. And may God bless you all, your family. And let's do it. Let's do it. American and Brazil great again.
That's it. Keep pushing, right? Keep pushing. Positive mindset.
Keep pushing. Yeah,
Yeah,
we cannot stop.
that's it. That's it. Have a great day, and
Thank,
we'll talk to you
yeah,
soon.
you too, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate our time.
See you, man.
Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you, my friend.